and good sense are two of life's greatest blessings. I want to welcome you all to another exciting and powerful time, on healthy living. My name is Oluwafemi Odunton. It's good to be alive. I always thank God at every moment and every second. We should give thanks to God because He's God Almighty. He has kept us alive, kept your family alive, and helps us to see today. All glory be to God. Hallelujah. I have a special guest here with us in the studio. But before I introduce our guests, I would like you to like us on Facebook, tweet at us, get to watch exciting, fantastic, interesting program on our YouTube channel. Dove Television is on all social networks. Like us and be part of Dove Television family. God bless you. We have Dr. Chris Williams here with us in the house on healthy living, our natural way of keeping fit, keeping healthy. You know, he's always here to tell us how we can use the things around us in our environment, the little things we can get from the markets, just to help us build our immunity. We have Dr. Chris Williams here with us in the house. I want to say thank you for joining us, Dr. Chris Williams.
Thank you, Femi.
It's good to see your face again.
It's nice to be back on air.
Yes, we thank God.
Yes.
All glory be to God. Hallelujah. And want to give thanks to God also because He has kept us and kept our family alive.
Yes.
Want to say all praise be to God.
Amen.
All right, for those of you watching this program for the first time, or you just tuned to Dove Television to watch Healthy Living, it's all about your health. We're here to educate you. We're here to tell you the importance of your health. What are the things you need to do, the exercises you need to stick to, health and nutritional benefit of things that you need to take into your body to make you keep fit. All these and many more we do here on Healthy Living. But before we proceed on today's topic, we'd like Dr. Chris Williams to please lead us in a short prayer. Thank you, sir.
Lord, we are grateful. Thank you for the opportunity of today, of being alive. We thank you for the way you have been fighting for your people, fighting for the peoples of the world at a time like this. We thank you for healthy living. We commit this episode in your hands, and we ask that you use it to further inform and equip your people. In Jesus' name, amen.
Praise be to God. Hallelujah. All right, we'd like everyone to please glue to Dove Television to listen to what we'll be discussing here on healthy living. We're looking at building strong immunity. Whether you're old, whether you're young, whether you're still a teenager or youth or baby, you're crawling in your mother's ham. Yes, we need to build our immunity to make it strong, despite what is happening around us. And the numbers keep increasing. Yes, COVID-19. The schools are closed, churches, everywhere has been locked down. Just some few activities here and there, trying to ease the lockdown tension in the heart of so many. A lot of us are tired of staying at home. Even the kids are complaining, want to go back to school. Yes. Most times now the parents are the teachers at home. Wow. You get to teach them maths, you get to teach them English, you get to teach them,
and then some parents are back at work now.
Yes, some are back at work. That's why I said
alone at home. And we thank God.
We thank God. We thank God.
That's why it's important we're talking about
this topic.
Because the truth is we cannot remain, we cannot not return to full activity forever. It's not possible. It's not possible.
It's going to take time.
And COVID will not all of a sudden just fly away. It has come and it has come to stay. So what is important is, what we are discussing today is important. Learning how to build strong immunity. I was thinking about it as I had my bath this morning. There are some people who contacted somebody who had COVID, maybe in an elevator, and they contracted it. But there are some people who nurse a COVID patient and they didn't have it.
It depends on the immunity.
That's why we're talking about that's where the immunity comes in.
Now, before we go deep into the topic, a lot of people will, what is this immunity they are talking about?
Immunity, for short, is your body's defense against disease. Okay? Primarily, we use it, we say body's defense against infections. But it can also, on a wider note, we can use it, your body's defense against diseases generally, infections and other diseases that want to destroy the body. Now, there are some cells and tissues that are responsible for it. just like the soldiers are responsible for guarding the integrity or protecting the integrity of our countries. Okay, so there are also cells and tissues in the body whose work is to protect the integrity, to protect the body from being from assailants.
Okay.
Okay. Some people call them the soldiers of the body. Okay. They are specialized cells: T cells, T helper cells, B lymphocytes, macrophages. All these are able. Once, for instance, let's use COVID for instance. If the body senses, if COVID enters the body,
Yes.
it enters into a cell. And once it's in a cell, and one of these cells, especially the T cells, they are the frontliners. They sense it. They will quickly enclose it, and then they will shout out to B cells that there are invaders. So the B cells will begin to multiply, and there's a whole lot of multiplication. We'll not be able to go into the nitty-gritty. But at the end of the day, those invading cells will be invading viruses or bacteria or whatever will be curtailed in the body. Now, if there is no strong immunity, those invading cells will not be able to be curtailed. And so they begin to replicate. And before you know it, they will overwhelm the body. Okay, so we can look at the immunity in 4 ways. Some people have, from birth, generally low immunity. Okay, some people also have diseases that have made them have low immunity. Diseases like diabetes or like some other diseases that weaken the body's immunity. Some people have immunities that are too active. Okay, yes, some person's immunity can be too active, and
Is that dangerous to the health?
Oh, it is dangerous.
Really?
This is what happens. If, for instance, we hear that there are 2 armed robbers operating somewhere in Lagos. And because of it, all the soldiers in Nigeria are drafted to Lagos. And all the police in Nigeria are drafted to Lagos. Activities will be paralyzed.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So just 2 soldiers, but all the armed forces and the law enforcement are drafted. It will paralyze the activity. That's exactly what happens in some cases. Little thing, the body begins to overreact, and those are the things that produce what we call autoimmune diseases, like rheumatoid arthritis and all that. So immunity can be too much, and it can also be too low. Okay, so what you want is adequate immunity response or immune response to any disease. Now, what are the causes of low immunity? Number 1 is eating.
Eating?
Yes, eating. You know, and Femi, you know, we cannot go away from it. Number 1, eating. Okay, abusing sugars, abusing foods that contain preservatives. Okay, all this canned food and all that. Abusing coffee, abusing alcohol, abusing excessive salt, especially salt that is not sea salt or Himalayan salt. Okay, I've talked about abusing sugar, processed foods, refined carbohydrates, generally, spags, macaroni, noodles, and all that. Eating all this food weakens the body's immunity.
Really?
Yes, they do. They do. Okay. So, what other things apart from eating? Okay. Another part of eating that also weakens the immunity is eating foods that don't contain fibers. And what foods contain fibers? Mostly vegetables. Vegetables and maybe fruits contain fibers. So eating foods that don't contain fibers weaken immunity. Overweight, it weakens immunity.
Okay.
Stagnation, staying in one place, weakens immunity. At the beginning of this, during our church telecast, you know, I will find a way of chipping it in that there will be another pandemic that will follow this stay at home.
Wow.
And it was it's depression. Now depression is very high everywhere. All that 3 months staying at home, you are not doing anything. You are in fear for your life. Your business is not moving. Your finances are not moving. You're almost being reduced to a beggar. All that has packed up literally an epidemic of depression everywhere now. Okay, so staying at home weaken, or staying in one place weaken immunity. In other words, exercises help one's immunity to be better. Stress. Stress. And you know, some people will say, but I've been staying at home. I wasn't stressed all those 3 months. The stress you went through during those 3 months, if one is not careful, is more than the stress of that you go through waking up in the morning and going to work. Because you are just at home, you are tired. We're talking about the children now. They're staying in one place. They're just tired, angry, irritated, and all that. Stress generally. So when there is stress and it's continuous and unabated, it weakens immunity. That is very important. Okay. Also, inadequate sleep weakens immunity. Sleep is one condition during which our immunity is recycled and it is really renewed. So when people are having inadequate sleep, it weakens immunity. Emotional turbulence, unhappiness, lack of peace, and all sorts. Several times people will call me, I have this issue and I have this issue. And it started when I began to have marital issues and all that. Emotional turbulence weakens your immunity, not only against infections, but against other degenerative diseases like cancer and all that. And the book of Proverbs, I think chapter 17:22, it says that a merry heart does good like medicine. It renews your body.
Yes.
It said, but a broken spirit, as I was coming this morning, I thought about it again. I saw another angle that I never saw to it before. It said, a broken spirit dries the bones. Tell me, guess what? These cells I talked about, the soldiers of the body, many of them are created in the bone. Yes, they are created in the bone marrow.
Wow.
They are created in the bone marrow. So when the bone marrow is depressed, it cannot create these cells like it should create it, and that weakens the immunity. Okay, so exposure to metal poisonings also. Metal poisoning, silver, aluminum, and other metals, okay? The exposure to them weakens the body. Radiations, and, you know, I just need to say this, not because, like I said, there are some things I say that we can do something about. Okay. There are others we cannot do something about, but if we know about it, it helps us. Okay. Do you know that what you are carrying in your hand, the iPad, the phone, all these things, they emit electromagnetic waves. They are little forms of radiations, okay, and they weaken the immunity, okay. This thing that they used to cook at home, what's it called now? That they used to warm food.
Okay, microwave.
Microwave and all that. Several things like that. Radiations generally, okay, and then taking too much antibiotics. It weakens the one's immunity.
System.
Yes, it does. So some people abuse antibiotics. Anything, they have gone to the shop and they have bought one antibiotic or the other, and they are taking it. It weakens activity. Okay. Then when there's no good support for the immune system, when there's nothing replenishing the immune system, in other words, the person is not taking any adequate supplements. This is where supplements come in. Okay. Later we'll be talking about some of these things, supplements we'll take that to help build your immunity. But when there's because no matter how good or even how perfect your eating is, let me say how good, not perfect, how good your eating is, you will need to supplement some of these essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, because our foods generally are depleting in quality.
Sometimes you ask yourself, I don't think we have enough food.
Then besides the physical inadequateness of the food, the quality inadequateness or inadequacy, of the foods. Quality, the foods are dropping in quality. Number one, the soils that have been farmed over the years are the same soils being farmed. And then number two, all kinds of things are eroding the soils. All kinds of things. Industries are pouring out their waters, global warming, all kinds of things. So this quality of the soil is going down, and you cannot give what you don't have.
Yes.
So the soils don't have some quality and they are not able to give it, okay? I've talked about stagnation. Smoking also reduces immunity. So these are some of the things that reduce people's immunity. Now, the issue, okay, I talked about some diseases also, like diabetes. Diabetes, it reduces the immunity. If you are not careful, hypertension can also reduce immunity. Okay, so especially when they are uncontrolled and untreated. Okay, so they destroy the body and the body is not able to respond how it should respond. So maybe quickly we should go ahead to talk about how do you build strong
because
immunity.
I know that a lot of people are watching all over the world, and the issue of building immunity is what we are all looking at here. Whether you're a baby, you need your vitamins to take, you need oranges to also take. There are some fruits that helps to build the immunity very fast. So these are the things we can see in the market, and we really want to know more about some of this.
So in building strong immunity, pay attention to your eating. Eat well, not quantity-wise, but eat quality. Eat quality, eat plant-based foods more. Be heavy on plant-based foods more. Okay, good plant-based foods. A lot of vegetables. Eat a lot of vegetables, and I usually will recommend also blend some of these vegetables: broccoli, cabbage, spinach, cucumber, carrots,
avocado,
beetroot, avocado. Drinking these things, thousands of testimonies I keep getting about these vegetables. Some people will call me and say, I've been following you for 5 years.
Wow.
And, you know, I had this condition, and then I began to blend vegetables, and it changed my life. I think the last one I had was last week, Friday. One old woman called me. She was just praying. In fact, I was getting tired of the prayer. And then she said, I just wanted to tell you that I've been doing this. I've been blending vegetables I think she's been watching for like 4 years.
Wow.
And she said it changed her health, you know. And then the woman just dropped. She didn't ask for anything. She just felt as if she should pray. Very important, intake of vegetables. Genesis 3 verse 18. From verse 17. When God came on the scene after Adam and Eve had sinned, he said, "Cursed is the ground for your sake. Thorns and thistles he will bring for you." And he said, out of the earth, you will eat of the vegetables or the plants or the herbs of the earth. You know, that was an addition to their food. In Genesis 1:29, God had given them some foods to eat. Seeds, nuts, fruits, and all that. But God had needed to emphasize vegetables because now man's body will be susceptible to death. You can read it, Genesis 3:18. Vegetables are powerful. If you don't know anything to do, I heard this testimony only Tuesday when I saw somebody. He's been with us for almost 4 years. He said when he had heard me before and he did it for about 1 month, he dropped it. Then he came to a point where he had diabetes, and he said he was having a sore under his feet.
Wow.
Under his feet. He said, if I had used pin to bust it that time, pus would have come out. Now that feet is going gangrenous. He said, but he said he was very scared, so he declared 18 days. If he went on fasting, he said, I will not eat any other good food again. And he was doing, so he was just drinking blended vegetable. He said by the 18th day, that thing had dried up.
Wow.
And he didn't leave a scar. This person who told me, very high-ranking retired custom officer who told me, vegetables are powerful, especially when you drink them raw and all that. Okay, so intake of eating mostly plant-based food. Even if you want to add animal proteins, just fish and all that, it's so very important. Intake of proteins also. Proteins like beans. Beans is very good food. Quinoa, if you can get quinoa. Quinoa, Quinoa is rich protein food. Chia seeds. CHIA.
These are the things we'll get in the local
yes,
market.
These build, because as we talk, you will see that amino acids play a very vital role in building immunity. So flaxseed, quinoa, beans, and other types of beans, lentils generally. Lentils generally play a very, very...
I want to ask,
soya
beans. How about soya beans?
Yes. Now, some people have been calling. They said, I had said about soya and now researches develop. Researches develop. Soya is good. Is good. But don't abuse it, but soya is good. Especially, I remember, especially when you are talking in the context of preventing cancers generally. Okay. There's something called genistein that soya contains, and it's very, very powerful in fighting cancer. Okay, so we need to clear that. Okay, some other fish oil. Fish oil is also very good, and there are fish oil supplements. Flax contains fish oil.
I want to ask the flax oil.
Some people have said flax, they don't know, they don't understand it. There's something called flax seed. We don't grow it here, but it's abundant in, especially in supermarkets. It's called FLAX, flax seed. Okay, but there are some things that we also grow here, like sesame seed. We grow sesame seed. I think sesame seed is called acha in the Middle Belt. Okay. So these also, olive oil is good oil that you should be using to cook your food. Borage oil, olive oil, flaxseed oil. These are also
granite oil. How about the granite oil?
Granite oil.
Granite we eat.
Yes, granite is good, but these are better than granite. Okay. So increase your fiber intake. What are you doing when you are increasing your fiber intake? You are ensuring that your colon is not stagnated. That's your large intestine that you poo regularly. And we have said one of the foods you use to increase your colon, your colon activity is psyllum ox. PSYLLUM, psyllum ox is very high fiber food. But there are other fiber things like coconut. Coconut, when you can maybe break like 3 or 4 coconuts, blend them, and then cut it little, blend it, and drink the milk. And then you take the chaff,
right?
You sieve it.
Yes.
You sieve it, and you take the chaff, you dry it.
I think you said that on...
When it has dried, you bring it back and blend it again. It turns to powder. That powder is very high fiber. And some people will corroborate this. If I like coconut a lot, sometimes I can finish a whole coconut by myself. Once I do that, in 3 to 4 hours, I will need to move my bowels. When you eat a lot of coconuts, you have to move bowels. Okay, same thing.
This is a very good information for those that complain that they don't move bowels and all that.
We've been saying it.
So
same thing with tiger nut fiber.
Okay.
Tiger nuts. You have blended it, the fiber, okay, and then you preserve it, and then you just put it in water and you drink it. It's very good. It's good fiber. The more fiber you take, the more disease is not able to stay in your body. Okay, good. This example came to my mind now. As I enter studio now, I heard the studio staff talking about somebody who came here to present. And he started taking, I think, maybe weed or something. And that the weeds he was taking destroyed his intestinal lining. That is not new. Many diseases start with destruction of the intestinal lining. Once the intestinal linings become problematic, number one, the things you should be absorbing, you won't absorb it. The ones you should not be absorbing, you will be absorbing it. Then if you should absorb this only maybe to 10 degrees, you can start over-absorbing things you should not absorb. So the whole system will just scatter.
Okay, now I want to take you back to the coconut. Can you use the coconut water to cook?
Why not? Coconut water is good. Why not? It's good. It's good saline water. As a matter of fact, in those days, or maybe in the military, in those days, when there was somebody was bleeding and going into shock, they would break coconut and use it to infuse the person. That water is the osmotic concentration is the same thing as our blood. It's very good, and it is sterile. Okay, so it is good. So eating greens, vegetables, I've talked about it. Don't play with vegetables, and don't be content with just eating it. Blend them and drink them. Blend them and drink. You will see your body. Your skin will begin to come out. Many things will begin to arrange in your body. Time will not permit us there. Literally life when you are taking in vegetables. Literally, you are drinking life. I'm sure Femi will attest to that. You and all your dangerous drinkings.
God help me. No, you said we should blend.
Oh, yes.
And I keep blending.
Fantastic.
And you add all the garlic and ginger.
All kinds of
now,
things.
I started adding turmeric to it.
Beautiful.
Now. So you blend and you drink.
Beautiful. Okay, I had another. I mean, I just feel like sharing people's testimonies this morning. I met a neighbor of ours. This time around, we met in a supermarket, so we're on the line. And from when I knew him, he has a bad knee. And he said, that he now started telling me that just before I moved into that estate and knew him, he was using crutches. Because when I saw him for the first time, I thought maybe he had accident. He said he didn't have an accident. There was arthritis that wanted to destroy his body, his legs. Until he found out about blending. This was at the beginning of this COVID lockdown season. He said he just came to himself and decided he will blend ginger. He put it in a bowl. He said he put it in a freezer. Garlic, he put it in a freezer. And then in the morning, when he wants to drink tea, you just scoop a little, and put it in water. He said that's what saved him. He said it was so bad using bandage on his knee. His son, who was growing up then, thought dressing with bandage is part of dressing. So the boy, after he has dressed, he caught the boy one day, put him bandage. He said, no, God forbid this one for you. It's not part of dressing. That, he said, before a few months, he dropped the crutches. And his knee is getting better. He said he didn't know that he was as ill as he was until one day he was standing at a bus stop and a car was coming towards where he was. He said the way he leapt and ran. When he got to the other side, he was saying, I can run. People were wondering, what's wrong with this man? They didn't understand. Okay, that's how powerful herbs are. Ginger, garlic, turmeric, these are anti-inflammatory. And they are very useful.
All right. Thank you so much for all that information you've given to us. That's why I said Healthy Living is all about giving you the right information so that it will help us when it comes to our health generally. It will help us as an individual and also help our neighbors around us. You can recommend, okay, blend this and do all of this so that it will help your immune system. We're going on a quick break. When we come back, we still have Dr. Chris here with us in the house. Please do not go away. We'll be right back. Thank you. Your health is very important to us. That's why we're always here to bring special doctors, specialists all around the world to educate us about our health, to let us know that these are the right things you need to take at the right moment. Still on building strong immunity, and I'm still here with Dr. Chris Williams in the house. Always talking about a natural way. Yes, ooh, all your vegetables. You have to, I think we have to sing a song for it. You have to blend your
not now. We'll compose it, and then before we sing
okay,
it.
but once you compose it, just remember me. I will direct it for you.
Yes.
All right. Of course, the phone lines will be open up for you to call us, but remember to tell us your name and where you are calling from. Kindly dial the number that will display right there on your TV screen. Be part of this edition of Healthy Living, and God bless you. Immunity, how to build immunity, we've talked about it generally. The things that sometimes...
There are supplements also.
Yes, so I want to also
yes.
go into those supplements that we can
Vitamin
take.
C.
That's what came to my mind.
Vitamin C, very, very vital. I like it, vitamin C, very vital. Okay, at least 3 grams daily. Okay, and then vitamin A and E also are also strong antioxidants. There's glutathione. Anything that contains glutathione also helps. Now, there's something called N-acetylcysteine. 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 It's a precursor of glutathione. Okay. If you are taking it into your body, it will help you. Both glutathione and vitamin C are very strong antioxidants. Now, some other supplements you need to be on are things like fish oil. Fish oil is very important. Fish oil. There's something called, you see them like a soft gel like this. Okay, it contains omega-3. It's very, very
That's the cod liver.
Well, cod liver oil contains about 3 or 4 things. Okay, but fish oil is part of what it contains. There's something called fish oil. It is only omega-3. If you can afford it, get only omega-3 oil, not omega-369, because we don't need omega-6 in our body. We eat enough of it from our food. Okay? Now, also, if there are calls, just stop me.
No, of course, we'll get to know.
Also, there are proteins that help the body. L-arginine is good. And then also taurine. There's a protein called taurine. It's also good. Generally, essential amino acids can help. Let's take that.
All right. Do we have Mrs. Adeyemi there? All right. Well, I think we lost her there. Please do call us back, but remember to tell us your name. Thank you, and God bless you. You can also send us a message. We would like to read out your message and where it's coming from. Thank you so much. Okay, we have a message thing. God bless you for this program. Let's just quickly take this message. Hello, doctor. Okay. Please, can you just... Hello, doctor. What could be the cause of blocked tubes in a woman? The remedy, please. Thank you.
Blocked tube is a product of additions mostly.
All right, before we answer that, we have a call from Ilori. Kehinde from Ilori, please go ahead. Hello, Kehinde. Hello, Kehinde. We can hear you. Please go ahead. Kehinde, I think I could not get your message there. Hello? Please, can we tell Kehinde to please call back? Yeah, I think the line is kind of breaking a little. Kehinde, please call us back. We'll be glad to hear from you. Now, back to the woman that said blocked tube.
Yes.
What's
so
the cause?
The additions. Additions are medical terms for gumming together of tissues. Okay, so most times blocked tubes are products of additions. The tube has gummed together, all right? And many times it's a product of excessive inflammation in the body. Now, what to do? Some of the things that can help it. There's this oil called castor oil. Naturally, some of the things you can do. Castor oil, if you take castor oil and you put a little on towel, and then you place it over your pelvis, and then you take hot water bottle with hot water inside, you put it inside it, it may be able to help to reduce that addiction, and then you will have that. There are some also herbs and supplements that help it. Yes.
We have Kehinde calling. Please, let's hear you, Kehinde. Thank you for calling. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, yes, we can hear you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you. Go ahead with your question.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead with your question. Thank
yes,
you.
I can't hear you properly. Just talk. My name is Kendi and I'm calling from Lagos State.
Okay.
I want to commend Pastor Chris for all you do, for all he does. God will bless him in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I want to ask, if I'm to blend the ginger and the garlic, am I supposed to add water? And number two, how do I get the fish oil naturally? How do we get it naturally without taking all this omega, going to the store to get the omega-3? Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
So if you want to blend the ginger, you add some little water, and then you add some little, just little, so that when you are blended them, you form pastes, and then you put them in the fridge. When you want to drink it, just a little. It's important. It's just a little, because if you overdrink it, it could excoriate your stomach lining. Okay, you drink it, and then you are able to do that. She said how to get fish oil naturally. You cannot get enough fish oil. That oil comes from fish, but before you can get enough fish oil to service your body, you will literally overeat fish. Okay. And you are not supposed to overeat fish. Okay, so it's better you go for that. Go for the organic ones. There are ones that are really organic.
Yes,
okay?
Have we answered the woman of block tube?
Yeah, I was saying things that fish. This fish oil to omega-3 is very strong, strongly anti-inflammatory. I said that additions due to inflammation is what causes the tubes to block. When you are taking all that, it can also help. Yes.
All right. Thank God for this educative program.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, my question is, if one is on psychiatric drugs,
yes,
medication, is there any vegetable or food to use instead of taking this medication?
Well, it's not as easy as that. I do not recommend that you go off your medications. It's your doctor who placed you there. We work with some people, and usually their doctor after some time begins to reduce their dosages until they are gone. In psychiatry, they say if you have not had an attack in 2 years, that you can be discharged.
Okay,
yes.
We'll come back. Harrison, please, can we have Harrison? All right, we lost Harrison there. Please, Harrison, would like you to call back, okay? Thank you so much. And
So there's a herb that actually does help. In Yoruba, it's called asofeyeje. It's called, the name
Translation,
is... Yeah, that's a Yoruba name. So what do you want me to translate it to now?
You just have to look
it's called asofeyeje. But the English word or the whatever botanical name is called Rauwolfia serpentine. And it's very good. Actually, it's part of the herbs that all these people, old babas that used to cure mad people in those days, those were the herbs, part of the herbs they give to their patients, such that somebody who has been fighting and violent for days. Yes.
All right, we have Basi calling. Please, Basi, let's hear from you. Thank you for calling. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, thank you so much for calling. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
He's talking very faint. I can't hear you.
Basi, I can clearly hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm nodding my head.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can I speak on this health matter, please?
Go ahead, Basi.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. I want to...
I'm nodding my head.
I want to find out the cause of very serious pain. I want to find out the cause of a very serious pain. I can be treated.
Okay, pain where? He wants to know the cause of a very serious pain. Pain where? What happened? How did the pain start?
Hello? I think we lost.
I'll just go
Basil.
ahead and ask him those questions. He might need to contact us when we finish. Where is the pain? How did the pain start? What is the behavior of the pain? Those are the things that will help us know what is the cause. Okay, so different pains in different body, parts of the body may be caused by different things, but it has a central pathway, and that is inflammation. Wherever you see pain, inflammation is going on there.
All right, doctor, please, any fruit remedy for ulcer? Someone battling
Fruits.
ulcer. Yeah.
Fruits. There's really no fruits that I can recommend for ulcer, but there are vegetables.
Okay.
Vegetables like cabbage,
Okay.
like cucumber. You blend them, you drink them. Okay, and then stay away from sugary things, and then also reduce your spicy foods. Okay, and then eat well.
All right,
Yes.
it's another question. Hello, doctor. Is cooking ginger and garlic good to drink? Secondly,
Cooking them,
yes, and drinking them
why not?
is good. Then secondly, inserting garlic in your private parts all night, is it good? We'll come back to that.
Okay.
All right, Jimo from Lagos. Jimo, please go ahead with your question. Thank you for calling. Hello? Hello? All right, Jimo, we lost him there. Please do call us back or send us an SMS. All right, now
So
for
I
the
wouldn't
second
recommend
question.
that. I would not recommend the insertion of the whatever in the private part. I would not recommend that. Why not just take it through your body, okay? And then it will still get to where you want it to get to. Take it through your mouth by drinking it. It will get to where you want. And then learn to use it to cook. Okay? Learn to use it to cook. What happened? What we saw about how COVID really messed them up in America is a reflection of the health status of that society. Okay? COVID is real, it's doing a whole lot of things, but the way it really grew and out of, especially in the Western world, is a reflection of the health status of those people. Okay, so it's important. It's important. We need to be in health.
We have a caller. Please go ahead. Please, we can hear you. Can you speak with us?
Oh, good morning.
All right. Thank you, Isaac. Go ahead with your question. Hello?
Sir, especially the ones that have started bleeding.
We couldn't hear that part. We only heard bleeding.
You said?
We heard bleeding. That's the only thing we heard.
Yes.
Can you take your question again?
Ulcer.
An
I
ulcer.
said is any food that one can take for ulcer patients in a situation where the ulcer has started bleeding.
Okay, if your ulcer is bleeding already, you need to see a doctor. It's so very important. And then they need to place you on some anti-ulcer drugs. But the foods that can also help you, number one, any spicy things, stay away from them. Stay away from sugary things, okay? And then I talked about cucumber and I talked about cabbage. Mild vegetables that will not add to the escalation. Yes.
All right, doctor. Hello, doctor. I'm Fortune from Abuja. Please, I want to know some recommended food and lifestyle for a patient with sickle cell anemia.
Sickle cell anemia. Okay, this person wants to be on things that help to thin the blood. Things that help to thin the blood, because a crisis in sickle cell disease happens because there is I will say clothing. The hemoglobins become sickled, and then they block all the arteries. So anything that thins the blood, things like cinnamon, like the ginger we talked about, like the garlic we talked about.
Come back to ginger, cinnamon,
turmeric.
Victoria from Abuja, please let's hear you out, Victoria.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Please, I want to speak to, I give God the glory for Dr. Chris. God will bless him mightily. He's really blessing lives.
Amen.
I want to talk about, I have an autoimmune problem. I'm suffering from autoimmune problem. Autoimmune problem.
Yes.
So rheumatoid arthritis.
Fantastic.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Mommy,
and
yes.
Go ahead, ma.
And then rheumatoid arthritis, and I've been taking a lot of treatment. Pain is much in the bone, in the joint. It has really dealt with my fingers, these joints, my ankle, pains, acute pain.
Okay, ma.
What do I do?
Fantastic, ma. Thank God for you. You know, I talked about sometimes when the immunity is overactive. Okay, rheumatoid arthritis is a case in point. Now, rheumatoid arthritis, this is very important, ma. I hope you are listening, ma. Is 99% because allergy to what you are eating. Yes. Recently, just before the lockdown, maybe in February, a lady, a pastor missus, came to us with rheumatoid arthritis, and she had begun to have swellings and pains everywhere. She was taking methotrexate and folic acid and prednisolone. These are very strong things. And we told her some of these things to remove from our food. These basic things we are saying people should remove from their food, and then the things to begin to take. And that woman is better.
Wow.
She is better. She's better. Listen, mommy that said it, you can be free from the pains of rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
Yes, it's so important.
Thank you. This is Blessing. Say, please, I want to know more about the stomach linings. I have, this person has stomach ulcer.
Okay. So things that will heal your stomach lining, vegetable blends actually help to heal your stomach lining. Anything that, things that are too acidic, destroy the stomach lining. Okay. And the intestinal linings also. So things that will help you maintain so that the juice inside the acid will not be too high. Inside the stomach will not be too high. Those are the things that will help you heal your ulcer. Okay. Stress also is a very powerful thing to consider when you are treating ulcer. You need to relax and you need to be sleeping well. It's so very important.
Okay, thank you. We still have more text messages here saying, okay, thank you, doctor, so much for this message. I want to ask, if I boil ginger, garlic, and turmeric together with lime or lemon, can it build my immune system?
It will, but you need to it's a combo. Make sure you are not eating foods that destroy your immunity. Make sure you are doing exercises very adequately, and then you are doing this. And then maybe some supplements helps. I must say this before we go. There are two herbs that are very powerful in also in building immunity. One is called echinacea, and the other one is called golden seal. Seal, S-E-A-L, golden seal. They are very powerful in building up your immunity. If she does that, her immunity will be coming up. That doesn't say, Femi, that we should not practice social distancing and wearing masks and all that. You don't say, my immunity, I'm building it, then let COVID come. Don't do that. Don't do that. While you are doing all that, you are also working on yourself to make sure. Because not being exposed to that virus at all is almost impossible. It's almost impossible. As I was coming this morning, I had to open the door to your building here from outside. As I opened it, I thought to myself, what if somebody has touched this door now? Who in fact has touched this door now? It's difficult. It's difficult. As I was coming, I gave to a lady and a guy lifts, and they had entered the car before you occurred to me. Should I have done that? And you
should have hand sanitizer in the car.
Okay, so when they now go down, I will sanitize all the place.
Something happened.
It's difficult.
I know, but
we just, it's better you just build your immunity. We will do all the basics.
Something
yes.
happened over the weekend. I went out with my kids, and they were all complaining that we'll be sitting at home. Mommy, take us out. You'll always be going to the office. I said, okay, let's just take a stroll in the evening. While coming back, we met a lady and two of her two sons stranded. We helped them. Getting there, my daughter just took the hand sanitizer and started spraying the okay, a 4-year-old. I said, it's because of germs and coronavirus.
Hold on. As I got here, it occurred to me I didn't shave because I left Omeli to beat traffic.
Okay.
So I drove back to go and buy a shaving stick. And then as the woman handed it over to me, I said, look at another powerful opportunity for collecting COVID now.
Oh, my God. Our time is perfect.
It's something else. So
yeah.
Just work on your immunity. And that's why we chose this topic. Work on your immunity and do the much you can. And God will keep keeping us.
Amen. Amen. All right. Joshua is calling from Ilorin. We don't have much time, but we just want to pick Joshua's call. Hello, Joshua. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
On the line?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello.
We can hear you, Joshua. Go ahead.
Hello. God bless you. I want to talk to Dr. Chris. I want to know what is the natural thing to take for me count?
For low what?
Low sperm count.
Oh,
low sperm count.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Quickly, sir.
Honey goat weed.
Okay.
Honey goat weed is very good.
Okay.
And then there's something called lung jack also. It's also good. Maca root, they also help to build the sperm count of the man.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, Doctor. I want to say a big thank you to you for coming on this platform. A lot of text messages, but we're so sorry we could not take some of this text message. Our time is fast spent, and we just
One minute. If people send me a WhatsApp note, just say hello. I will send you a link. I'm doing a live webinar on Saturday. I will send you a link. It's around COVID.
All right, please, let's have Dr. Chris Williams' number display right there on the TV screen so that people can call in or send a WhatsApp. Yes, I think this WhatsApp is more better.
Yes, so I can send them that link.
Yes, for further inquiries. That's his number right there. Get to call him or get to send him WhatsApp. Let's just leave it for some few minutes so that people can actually grab the number on time or screen snap it on your phone so that you can get to call Doctor. Thank you for coming on Dove Television. So nice, and I'm sure you're keeping safe.
Yes,
we're all keeping safe here on Dove TV.
But I don't wear it to sleep. I don't wear the face mask to sleep.
Let's just keep building our immune system. Yes. Do all the vegetables. We'll round it off with a prayer.
Lord,
from you,
we're
sir.
grateful. Thank you. Thank you because the devil has lost the battle again.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you for keeping us. Thank you for keeping your people. Thank you for keeping the people of the world. Thank you for today's episode. We join our faith together and we declare that as humanity, we will see the failure of COVID in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you,
in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. If you've missed this episode, please log on to our YouTube channel. Get to watch it. All the live streaming on Facebook. Get to watch Healthy Living, how to build a strong immunity. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Remember to keep safe, wash your hands at all time, use your hand sanitizer. Try as much as possible to create fun at home with your kids around you. And if you're still going to the office, try as much as possible to keep safe. God bless you. Stay tuned to Dove Television for more exciting programs coming your way. I remain Oluwafemi Oduto. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.